Yo, what's up, guys? Right here. So, as you guys know, I was very, very excited for Rise of the Ronin before its release, or when I heard that it was getting ported to PC, which we kind of knew was coming anyway, but nonetheless, I was still patiently waiting for it to come. Took about a year or two, I would say. It was exclusive for the PS5 for a while, but it's here now, and we got our hands on it, and we managed to play it. And I just want to be honest with you, I feel like this game was a massive waste of potential. Especially when it comes to Team Ninja and what we know they're capable of doing. I feel like they really dropped the ball with this one, and in the form of optimization. Now, the majority of the game is pretty good. The combat is top tier, as expected. It's Team Ninja. The story is subpar, but it's Team Ninja again. We don't really expect deep writing from someone like them. And the exploration, while not the best, is serviceable. So with a game like this with pretty good combat, you kind of tend to wonder, what is it really suffering from if it's giving you what it asks for? And when it comes to the PC users like myself, we have a bit of a standard that we expect to come to us, kind of things we want to be a certain way, because we have so many, examples to use against this. And optimization is definitely one of them. In this game, oh my goodness, it was not optimized at all. And this has been a pretty big trend for them, I would say. We had Wolong Fallen Dynasty, which was pretty bad. Like really bad, right? Neo wasn't good. It's good now. It runs perfectly now, but it usually takes them about a year in order for them to fix their games. And by that point, unless you're a really big fan of the series, you usually dropped off. The player base is kind of levels itself out after about the year. If it starts with 10,000, you might have like 3 or 4, but it's usually too late for these type of games. Also, the appeal for the open world samurai game is still relatively new. Contrary to what people may believe, there are not that many open world samurai games. As we're speaking right now, we only have 3. We have Assassin's Creed Shadows, this game right here, and Ghost of Tsushima. Now, we know Yote is coming out in October, so we have 4, but this is a pretty new space. It's not really tapped in. It hasn't been fully explored, so there's a little bit of leeway that you would tend to give with a game like this. But outside of that, it doesn't give people much of a reason to come back to it when they have something like Ghost of Tsushima as a alternative, which runs far better on the PC and is about the same price. If I'm not mistaken, they're both $50. And you can kind of see this proof for yourself. I'll put some things up on the screen right now that the game died off. Like, no one really talks about it. There aren't any new videos being made about it unless you search a small channel or the small boom it got because Asmongold talked about it. And it's not much content being made for the game. And I would even argue that having it exclusive of the PS5 also hurt it, because no, this is definitely not a game you're going to buy a whole console for. I personally love it, but I could not justify buying a PS5 for this game, which is something I almost did. I think I mentioned that to you guys in a previous video. I was considering buying a PS5 simply because I wanted to play this game and I could not bring myself to do it. So I ended up waiting, and my waiting paid off. I did buy a PS5. I ended up selling it. I'm going to get another one for Ghost of Tsushima because I wanted a console and I wanted to play, and it hadn't been ported yet. Mind you, that took 4 years. But I tend to ask myself, with these type of games, with the competition slowly rising when it comes to open world combat games and Yote, which is going to be the biggest one of this year, at least for samurai games, what do we have forward to look to? What do we have to look forward to? Like, when we're playing these type of games, what am I looking for? What do you want out of an open world samurai game? You want good combat, decent exploration, an okay story, and you want the game to run good. I would say it meets every aspect except for that last part, the running good. And it's underestimated how bad this game really ran. If you were there for launch day like I was, or if you pre-ordered the game, which doesn't really give you anything, so you don't need to. You paid that $50 and you were there day one like everyone else, and you were met with terrible screen tearing, stutters, frame drops. It was bad. The game was downright unplayable for the first 3 weeks to a month upon its release. I'm running on a 2080 Ti with a 10th gen CPU and about over 40 gigs of RAM. This game graphically does not exceed a good portion of the games that I already play and run at 60 with no problem. There's just no reason I should have those type of problems with this. Other than the fact that they didn't properly port it, And it hurts because I love this game. Like, I put about, I think, 60 hours into it but I couldn't go any further because of the optimization. And yeah, it runs somewhat good now, but even on my rig at medium settings, the game already doesn't look that well. So to have the stuttering and it not look well, it single-handedly killed the game, I would say. We're not going to get a DLC for it, which is unfortunate. They're pretty much dropping it. We found out why, because Neo 3 announcement. So with that said, they're going to let this game die. They're going to take it on the back and just forget about it. And it hurts because I really wanted to see more from this game. The potential was so vast. The combat system is the best I've ever seen. It's a mixture of Ghost of Tsushima switching and the Neo extended stances. Excuse me, vice versa. The stances of Neo and the switches of Ghost of Tsushima. Team Ninja started first, but I'm just using Ghost of Tsushima as a reference for the people that have not played Neo, because Neo is definitely not beginner friendly. But yeah. So this is definitely going to be one for the books. It will eventually die off, and it'll be loved among action game fans like myself, who already like these type of genre games and already know of them. So you'll go and play it because you know the game. But I don't think I could, even at this standpoint, recommend it to new players if your rig is not of a substantial quality, because you won't be able to run it and experience it in the best possible way. You'll only be hurting yourself. And then, how could I recommend this when games like Ghost of Tsushima exist? Or maybe I could tell you to get both. Which again, if you like these type of games and you already know about it, you don't even need to tell you to buy it. You're going to buy it anyway. This is more for the newcomers who haven't heard about this game, don't know much about it, and they see an open world samurai game that they want to try out. Be warned that it may not be what you're looking for as far as optimization. But if you're looking for a beautiful, open world, straightforward combat game where you just want to hack and slash all day with a somewhat serviceable story, this is definitely the game for you. I can still see myself putting an extra 100 hours into this game. I haven't even completed it yet. I'm going to give it a shot tonight and see if the optimization has gotten to a point where I can run it smoothly. But if not, I will be shelving it for a while until I get a better rig or they decide to fix it. Now, I've also considered buying it on PS5 and giving it a review on the PS5 version, because I'm going to get a PS5 for Yote, because that's going to be exclusive for a while. And you know we're going to be here for that. I have to play that game. I've been waiting for a sequel for Tsushima 2 years after the DLC dropped, and we're finally getting a sequel, so to speak, but it doesn't connect to Jin's story. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys about this one, because I know for a while it almost seemed like my entire channel was going to be centered around this game. And after, further inspection, I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't even live stream it. It would sound bad. The visuals didn't match up, so I had to put the game down, and it hurts, but it is what it is. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Do you guys still play this? Is this game near and dear to your heart? Do you think it deserves a second chance? Let me know what you think. But until next time, rating out.